Good morning, students. Let's see topic number 8, useful and harmful microbes from science 2. There are so many microorganisms living in air, water, and soil. Everywhere they are found. Among them, some are useful and some are harmful bacteria or microorganisms. In useful microorganisms, we are going to study about lactobacilli, rhizobium, and yeast. Okay, and harmful microorganisms in this clostridium and other disease-causing microorganisms are there. We are going to study about them. First, see about the useful microorganisms. Why lactobacillus? First one is the lactobacillus. Why we call them as a useful microorganisms? Lactobacilli are very small. They cannot be seen by our naked eyes. We can't see them by our naked eyes. They are very small. Where they are present? Mainly they are present in a milk. What they are doing? In milk, lactose sugars are present. Lactose sugar is present. Lactobacilli convert this lactose sugar into lactic acid. So when lactose sugar converted into lactic acids, then milk, in this process, milk is converted into curd, or we call them as yogurt. Yogurt. Huh? It is called as a yogurt. Okay. In conversion of milk to yogurt, what happens? The milk, pH of milk is changed. The pH of milk is changed. Why it is changed? Because the milk proteins are coagulate. So it forms thick appearance. This process is called as a coagulation. It is known as a coagulation. This process is called as a coagulation. When milk changes into yogurt, what happens? The taste of milk or the yogurt is also changed because of presence of lactic acids. Their pH is also changes. This change of pH, this is helpful to destroy harmful microbes. Change in pH in a milk useful for destroying the harmful microbes. Lactobacilli are mainly used. What are their use? They are useful for milk production of a milk product. For production of milk product, lactobacilli. Which milk products are produced? Like ghee, buttermilk, cheese, seconds can be obtained from milk by using the lactobacilli. As well as lactobacilli fermentation is also useful. In this process, large scale of ciders, cider, coca, or the pickles of vegetables. Pickles of vegetables are produced by using the lactobacilli. Then they are also used in a abdominal discomforts, in a treatment of when we feel abdominal discomfort. That time the microorganisms like lactobacillus microorganisms are used for as a treatment against the abdominal discomforts. Then domestic cattle, cows and buffaloes, for to get more milk, we give them fodder. In fodder of cow and buffaloes, The lactobacillus are playing important role. They make them fermented. They fermented them, so it become nutritious. Lactobacillus fermentation process is also used in making wine and also bread. In this process, the lactobacillus, so that those are the use of the lactobacillus. Okay, so it is important. It's called as a useful bacteria. Next to lactobacillus, the second is a rhizobium. Rhizobium bacteria. It is also called as a symbiotic bacteria. Why it was a symbiotic? What do you mean by symbiotic? Symbiotic means it is a type of the living habits. Rhizobium live in roots of leguminous plants. Okay, so from the leguminous plant, rhizobium get a shelter. Rhizome get a shelter, and that's why in return of that shelter, rhizome give them nitrogen. Because of rhizobium, these plants obtain the nitrogen. So both are, means rhizobium and the leguminous plant, both are benefit to each other. And that's why their association is called as a symbiotic. Their association is called as a symbiotic association. Rhizobium living in a root. So this was a plant, and on the plant roots, if you see, there are nodes are there. In these nodes, the rhizobiums are living. These nodes are called as root nodules. These are called as root nodules. In these root nodules, the organisms are live and survive. This rhizobium convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates and the nitrites. Nitrate and the nitrites. Okay, they convert in this atmospheric nitrogen. This process is called as a nitrogen fixation. It is called as a nitrogen fixation. Okay, sweet peas, soyabeans, some other beans, in such a plant's roots, rhizobia are living in a association. So leguminous crop, because of that rhizobia, leguminous crops get a lot of nitrogen, require the nitrogen, they complete their nitrogen. Okay, thus rhizobium has helped to reduce the use of, because that rhizobium bacteria, this plant do not require the fertilizers, chemical fertilizers, because by chemical fertilizer we provide them nitrogen, but due to the rhizobium, these plants get a natural nitrogen. So it has helped to reduce the use of expensive chemical fertilizers, and without using these fertilizers, plants get a lot of benefit, and that's why rhizobium is known as a useful bacteria. In the next period, we will see the third bacteria, which is called as a useful to the human being, that is the yeast. Okay, thank you so much.